What's up, traders? It's Nico, Inefficient Market. Going to do a trade recap on my only name I traded today. Before we get to that, I want to be clear. I am not licensed. I am not registered. This is not investment advice, even if it sounds like investment advice. I'm just sharing with you my trading today on CLDC, China Lending Corp. So in pre-market, it was gapping up, kind of one of the biggest gappers. I think might have been the only one. Yeah, I think it was the only one, and I was kind of cautious on it because I normally tend to be a little cautious on the only you know what if there's one play of the day, it's just one gapper. I tend to be a little cautious because I don't want it to crowd up, and so I tend to be careful on those. But I liked the size of the gap. I checked out the catalyst. I liked the PR. It was good. And I saw what I wanted to see. Saw some other stuff in the filings, help form my bias, and I was looking to short it. So I went and located some expensive locate on the day, but I forgot it quickly when I started shorting it because I picked a really good spot. And actually, that's why I'm actually want to talk about the actually that's the reason for the trade recap is I got a lot of messages today in MIC and via PMs and also on Twitter DMs on everyone was like so like happy or proud of me or whatever, like they're like how did you know that was the top, how did you nail the top, how did you nail the top? And I had a recent one-on-one session and I can't speak for Tosh, but I'm sure I can actually. These one-on-one sessions are really great. You get to, I get to learn a lot about the other trader and how I can help them most with their trading, what their motives are, what their situation is, assess them and see how I can best be of service to them. And one of the gentlemen that I did a one-on-one with recently, this was like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. We were discussing his edge. What I was asking him what he thought his edge might be, and he told me that he's really fond of 15-second candles, and I didn't even know that was a thing. I just thought you could get a tick candle and a tick chart, and then 1 minute was the smallest interval. But turns out my charting platform has them, and so I threw them up and started see if I could be a good observer and see what I can notice about them. And they are actually quite interesting to me. This is the open right here, and the second 15-second candle, you'll see a big tall wick there, and that was kind of my clue. That was kind of my interesting, kind of like a mini stuff, even though it's just 15 seconds. But why could it not sustain that move? It fell back into whatever range it came from, and then obviously we went back to retest it, and from there it kind of I'm already getting short at that point. So as you can see, that is why I picked that spot. I let that kind of be my guide. Once I started in with my feeler, I think I added liquidity on strength once it pushed up here, and then from there I started to see some bids getting hit. Some of the participants, I saw them get a little more eager to hit some bids when they'd get thrown down. So I thought I'd join in on the fun, and I used that as an opportunity to add to winner, and I got bigger and bigger on the way down, and basically got to go full size before we went all the way down to a VWAP test, where I was able to cover some. Been trying to focus on trading around a core, recycling shares. Had the opportunity, we just had Bootcamp, which is wonderful, by the way. I mean, I just quickly want to thank everyone that showed up. That was amazing. We couldn't have done it without you. Phenomenal turnout, just huge success. Bao, Alex, Tosh, myself, we're not salesmen, we're not marketers, we're not conference throwers, but here you got 4 traders and we're just doing our best to try and doing our best, and it was a huge success for us to see this happen, and we're all really proud, and we're all very excited for the future also. So thank you for everyone that made it out. It was great meeting all of you. Also, so since I was out there, San Jose for boot camp, I was hanging out with Bao and Alex. So what better opportunity I got their ears, and I got their minds. So I was asking them for criticism. What can I do better as a trader? You guys have seen some of the charts I'm posting. What's going on? Help me out. What do you think? What do you think? I'm not gonna I got rhino skin on. It's not about my feelings right now. I want to improve. You guys are two big traders I respect and look up to. So what an opportunity to ask these two. And interestingly, kind of independently, each one told me a common theme that they thought I should be recycling more and trading around a core. And I realized that after reviewing some of my charts, I'm not doing that like I should. And so I've been making an effort to focus on that, and you'll see some of that in these executions here. So we went down to VWAP. I covered some, popped up, put some back on, went back down to VWAP, cover some, popped up, put some back on, and then I didn't like the action there, and I ended up taking it all off. I took out the offer, and took it all off because I wanted to protect. But as it turns out, it stuffed, and I shortly after realized, I think this is a fake out, and my gut told me to get back in there, so I started hitting bids to get back full size, which worked out beautifully. Gut was right on this one, and we broke down through, slammed through VWAP, and I had some covers ready to go, and I got the second set ready on the next leg down from that low point. So I went flat there, and then it held lows near 1.8. And then from there, we started breaking two again. So it started standing up on two, and I thought, maybe we got a VWAP test in the cards. I'm going to start getting short, and I started getting it, and I got put on an ad. And then it popped up here, and I realized, maybe, I don't know. It was my last ad, and then it jammed even higher, and I should have been looking off the level that we were at to kind of use that as my guide, let it see how it responded to that. But I was too focused on the action here instead of looking to the left. And little did I realize that soon after I ate it on the offer, it happened again, and it stuffed when the candle closed, and my gut said, you better get back in there right now or you're going to miss your chance if this works. And I got back in there. I went full size, fought my way back in, and then we faded down below VWAP. Got another sweet trade. I mean, the range on this thing today just paid so nice. I don't remember what my average was here, like to mid 60s, maybe, or 2.6 something. And, I'm covering the bulk of it. I did some recycling here, but, well, yeah, I lost a little change here, but I basically covered the bulk of that down, between 2 and 180. So great. Yeah, real nice trade, real nice trade. And then this one too, kind of ate a loss here, but got full size here, a little like 223 maybe was my average. I don't remember. And then covered it all sub 2 here, like 1 point, maybe I got like a 1.9 low 1.9s exit. So nice range there. Good catch there. And then I was out of this action when it reclaimed VWAP, was testing VWAP, was trying VWAP, and then it failed VWAP, and then we get back up there, and I was watching the volume, see what happened, but I was already out of it. And I don't know, once we stood up and tested this line, this level here, that'd be a great spot. I missed that spot. I was not I was gone, actually. I was taking my kid to daycare, and so I actually missed a big part of that move, I think. And but when I got back, I saw we had faded this point, and then we started to bounce up here, and I was like, I don't even know if we get back to VWAP. So I put half size back on, and just to see, and just to make my day a little sweeter. I didn't want to go full size here. I wasn't risking. I didn't want to risk my day. I didn't want to risk that kind of stuff. So I had already such a sweet day. I just thought I could. I thought I had a good shot here. I thought it was worth the risk. So I put half size back on here in one shot, and it ended up just fading off under VWAP. We stayed under VWAP, and we just slowly faded, and we finally got some nice pulls. I waited for those panic pulls. That's my favorite. That's where I like to place my orders and get short. And I, just so everyone knows, I'm a big believer in those that take place their orders before a sharp move. They're the ones that get rewarded. They get the executions, they get the fills. So a lot of participants there, they don't have their orders already placed, providing liquidity, and then a sharp move will happen in their favor, and they go to take advantage of it. But by then it's too late. Too many participants are trying to take advantage of it, and the market's already moving away from that spot. So. So I did that, got some covers off, it popped up. I could have recycled here more. I just, I was proud of myself. I recycled earlier in the day. I just didn't here. I just was like, I'm going to let it play out, kind of old Nico trade here, and just I'm just gonna wait. And I just kept covering once we kept making new lows, and I got out. Another great trade. Even if it was only half size, I think I had a just above two average, and I got rid of most. That's another like 40 cent trade right there. I mean, just really nice day, man. I don't days like this. I don't. They don't come around very often where I can nail this kind of range. I just felt really in tune with it. Some days it seems like as traders, it seems like we can do no wrong, and that was certainly how I felt today. I got faked out twice, but my instincts took over right afterwards once I realized, hey, I think I just got faked out. Like I think I still have edge here. I'm going to get back in, um, and see if I can get in there and for some down move, and it worked out nice. But I mean, like I was saying, as traders, some days it feels like we can do no wrong. This was certainly a day for me. I think I traded really well. I'm glad I'm forming a new habit. I'm trying to form a new habit of recycling shares per Bao and Alex, their guidance. And obviously, markets zig and they zag. Even if we're in an uptrend or a downtrend, we don't just go straight up or straight down. We're zigging and zagging in the trend. So why not recycle? Why not lock? Take some in, take some off the table, and pay yourself. And then if it goes the other way, you can put it back on, and you're making more money than if you just held through. But on my last trade, I didn't recycle anything. But yeah, I just even though I didn't really, got to say I'm happy with my trade. And the flip side to the thought that I was sharing was, sometimes as traders we feel like we can do no wrong, and other days, it seems like we can do no right. Like it seems like we can't get anything right. Today was one of the days I just felt very in tune with the waves that I was writing, and just amazing. It just feels really good coming right off the end of boot camp, wrapping up a wonderful weekend, and just nailing the CLDC today. Just felt really good. And thanks for all the feedback, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, send me a message in chat, PM, if I can help you out. One-on-one sessions have been great. I continue to do them, continue to help out traders. It was great meeting some of the one-on-ones traders that I've been doing one-on-ones with at Bootcamp. It was great to finally meet them in person. We've been doing Skype to Skype, so I've seen them already, but it was nice to give them high fives and shake their hand in person, and thank them for coming out and thank them for all their support. So thank you guys for your support. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.